Yeah, so I
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will start maybe in 5 minutes. Please take a seat.
Good morning, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi and welcome to Bali International Convention Center di Nusa Bali. And thank you very much for your participating, coming in the morning. And very sorry, actually we have planned to start at 8 o'clock, but I think the registration also will be stuck and a little bit late for 30 minutes, but I'm happy and very glad that the participant is good enough here. And before we start, please introduce myself. My name is Sony Solistia Wirawan, and I'm a coordinator with this annual conference. Yeah, and thank you very much for the participant. Yeah, and we got actually about 90 abstract. Yeah, we start. We accept about the 90 abstract, and we gave the notification, and it's good. And we have about the 40 or back to us the presentation, and we have the confirmation of 38 presenter. Yeah, will be come and offline here, and we are ready to spirit in the 2 day presentation session. Day one now we'll have 26 paper today from the morning to the afternoon, and in 23rd November, yeah, the next day we have 12 paper, yeah, for in the morning session. So totally we have 38 paper, and thank you very much. Yeah, and the paper come from the Indonesian, Malaysia, Brunei. Thank you very much, Brunei also participant, and Myanmar and Philippines. Yeah, presents good, I think. And we have also made the electronic proceeding. Yeah, and your all paper we already edit, and we made the proceeding. and I think later on Mr. Adib will give the website link for the electronic paper, and we will split one session in 5 presenter. We have a moderator already. And thank you very much to all participants come here, and thank you very much to committee. Mr. Adib, we can. Mr. Adib is very busy, and Pak Jack, Pak Jack also is very busy, and Pak Riki in the back side. Pak Riki bisa berdiri, ya, okay. And we also thank you very much to. We have a moderator, Professor Khalid, and they have another 2 professors, but they haven't coming yet. Professor Misri, Professor Aan, dan Professor Seri to moderate the session. So this time I remember you that we have a very tight time. So sorry, I know you have many slides or something like, but we only have about 10-minute presentation. So you can see in the about 10 minutes, and that the time after 10 minutes, maybe you can go to 1 minute for closing if you pass 10 minutes, but not later than that, because very tight. This is very tight. So thank you very much for your understanding of that. Okay, please, for the first session, I will give the time to Professor Ali to moderate this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Sony, for the time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bali and welcome to this conference. I hope you enjoy this conference. Thank you for attending this session. First of all, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Abu Fudhail. I'm from Udayana University. It is a great honor for me to be a moderator for this session, and I'm very delighted to have all of you here. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker for this session. So we have 5 speakers. The first speaker is Mr. Naufal Asaki. Mr. Naufal Asaki is from Ministry of Public Work and Housing. Please come forward. And the second presenter is Mr. Chin Litak from Puja, Brunei Darussalam. Please come forward. And the third presenter is Mr. Ako Wahyudi Effendi from Tridharma University. And the fourth presenter is Mr. Jiwa Pingada Salom from Institution Engineering Malaysia. And the last presenter is Mr. Mo Agung Triadi Putra from PT Bumi Karsa. Ladies and gentlemen, please give applause once again to all of the presenters. I would like to invite, as already mentioned by Pak Sony, that the time is quite limited. I would like to give first for the Mr. Naufal Asaki to present your paper. Mr. Naufal Asaki, the time is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Pak Moderator, for the very generous introduction. Honorable guests, speakers of the panels, members and delegates coming from across ASEAN countries, welcome to Bali, welcome to Indonesia. I'm here to as a representative from our paper entitled Incorporating Urban Sustainability Principles into the Development of New Capital City Nusantara, the new capital city of Indonesia. Actually, there are 2 benefits becoming the first speaker. The first, nobody puts any expectation because it's the first speaker who set the bar first, right? And the second, of course, nobody's sleeping. Nobody's sleeping, right? But the hardest decision is to make how you start. In America, we begin with a joke. In Asia, we begin with an apology. What I do is I comment the two tradition and I apologize for my bad joke. The decision of the government of Indonesia to move its capital city from Jakarta to the Nusantara in the eastern part of Borneo Island quite controversy, brings some controversy, of course. But moreover, as a matter of fact, we are facing a political agenda in 2024. It brings more political debates, but in these sessions, I will not talk about the political economy side or perspective of it, but rather to talk about the sustainability of the project itself. So, as we know, as many scholars have stated, when we talk about sustainability, sometimes it refers to green urbanism, low carbon development, green infrastructure, resilience, city resiliency, and etc. So forth and so on. Those values are very needed in this era of the climate crisis and etc. So what the government has done is to incorporate it into the planning of Nusantara project, the IKN, the new capital city. What we see in the slide, those sustainability principles are derived into three principles of, the previous slide, the previous slide, are derived into the three visions of for the city development and the three principles for the regional development, from the fresh city, sponge city, and the smart city. Next slide. And of course, when we talk about the sustainability matters, I will not read all the detailed indicators due to the limited time, but we want to highlight that it is a good precedent for a city in Indonesia to have the KPI like this. Because why? In Indonesia, we're experiencing a lack of national guidelines for a city to incorporate sustainability into account, into their development planning. And the Nusantara project actually starts this quite well. Next, of course, we want to not only stop at the KPI aspect, but also into the practice, how to deliver it into an actionable plan. In this session, I will talk about the only two aspects of it. The first, the urban landscape development, and the second one is green infrastructure. For the urban landscape development, the government of Indonesia actually follows the recommendation from the environmental strategic studies to restore its ecosystem. We implement the forest city approach, the go and no go approach, and for the sponge city, we actually has built the Sebuah Dam and infiltration wells, retention ponds, and etc. As we see in the slide, there are many spots, many in the special plan that puts retention ponds, infiltration well, and etc. to mitigate the flood disaster. We also respect the biodiversity by building animal bridge in order to bekantan monkeys, orangutan to cross through safely. And for an additional information, the government, particularly the Ministry of Public Works and Housing, also use building information management. That 50 of 55 infrastructure packets currently use the building information management that daily monitor and weekly reported. Next slide, please. For the green infrastructures, we try to reflect it, we try to review it from the four perspective or the four type of infrastructure. For the water resource infrastructure, the government has started to build what I mentioned before, the Sepaku Semoy Dam and the intake facility and etc. For the integrated waste treatment, there is also the government has started to build sanitation facility, especially for the waste facility. Next to the connectivity infrastructure, the government also has tried to put sustainability from the green lands and the electricity vehicle and the pedestrians into the detail and engineering design. And for the renewable energy, the government also the energy for the Nusantara will be provided by gas insulated substations with underground cable. Next, of course, when we talk about a project of a huge project like this, building city, it's not only because this project is not like moving city to another city or build city, like for example from Jakarta to Bandung or Jakarta to Denpasar, but we build a city from scratch, from zero. So we need, of course, we face a huge challenge on it. Next, in this session, we try to deliver three key challenges. The first is people and voice. The first is the policy environment. The second one is the people and voice, and the third one, the myth of trickle-down effect. For the policy environment, like what I mentioned before, city is like a living organism, right? Because it has human in it. So therefore, the government has to build a change behavior strategy. For example, there are many scholars and research that found in a compact city, the people who live in it tends to move to a lower density because the willingness of comfortness and especially for comfortness and low dense that people tend to live in. So therefore,
I'm sorry to interrupt because the time limitation.
Okay.
Just left about 2 minutes.
Okay. Because if we don't have the strategy of disaster management for especially urban sprawl management, it's gonna be like moving the risk into the secondary cities, into the satellite cities, especially for Balikpapan and Samarinda. Therefore, we need to address this issue. Second, next, for the people and voice, we actually lack of participant. Like what mentioned in like many civil society has talked about, that we are lack of participation. So one of maybe the answer is to build special menu in the website of nusantara.pu.go.id that has aspiration menu on it, like what we've done in the arrangement of RPJPN, long-term development planning that has currently in place. The third one is the myth of trickle-down effect. The government has the dream to increase the prosperity among eastern part of Indonesia, but the question is, from the very beginning of the project itself, the materials are coming from Java, not from the eastern part of Indonesia. So we come up with a question: if in the short term, in the very beginning of the project, the eastern part of Indonesia hasn't got the economic cake of it, so who will guarantee in the long term it will get the benefits of it? So due to the limited time, as a closing remarks, allow me to read quotes from Joseph Stiglitz, the world economist. The only true and sustainable prosperity is shared prosperity. The only true and sustainable prosperity is shared prosperity. Can Nusantara bring the so-called shared prosperity? Thank you.
for a good presentation. And the next presenters, I would like to invite Mr. Chin-Litak. Please, Mr. Chin-Litak, time is yours.
Good morning. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, papa dan puan-puan, and awang-awang dan puan-puan. There are three different bahasa Melayu here. In Indonesia, we call papa. In Malaysia, we call encik-encik, right? In Brunei, we call awang-awang. It's all different three titles for men. But for women, only one puan. It's not fair for men. I learned from him, we have to start with the joke first. Sorry, being my joke. So I would like to present that 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Too fast, you should give me 15 minutes. Right? Because once I hold microphone, I want 1 hour. Alright? Please open. I cut you 20 seconds. It's slow open. So my title is Exploring the Readiness. No, not this one. 1 minute, I have to add in. Exploring the readiness of digital transformation for green building construction industry in Brunei Darussalam. This is something like a research paper. Actually, I want to submit for Scoper Impact, but due to I love CAFEO 41, I don't submit to the impact factor. I submit to CAFEO. I satisfy a bit. So CAFEO 41 is more important than my own intention. Thank you. So construction industry in the area of IR4. So according to the research, construction industry is the largest industry in the world among the industry. So what is it facing? We are facing the immense technology change, application of sustainable practice related with green building. Green building is also a hot topic because of climate change. Since COP26 in Scotland, Glasgow signed because our HM signed. We have to comply with climate change. Next slide, please. Yeah, 90 of challenge. So BIM, certainly when I listen to our gentleman here, is very good short form, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia. So internet, right? Very easy to remember. When you go back to your university to teach, by the way, I'm the adjunct associate professor of University Technology Brunei. When I talk to them about BIM, don't remember too difficult. Just remember Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia. Right. So Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, trans-cloud computing. This is very related to digital transformation and sustainable construction. Next. So why digital transformation has the potential to significant advance green tech? Because it's not just a technical shift, it's a fundamental transformation. Look at everyone, you have a handphone. Sorry, wrong terminology. Mobile phone. You should not use handphone. Right? Handphone is a Chinese translation. I don't know why. It should be mobile phone. No Chinese here. Yeah. Green buildings represent an effective approach for addressing a sustainable and sustainable growth within the construction industry. So it's very important, fundamental change. Next slide, please. So the potential role of digital transformation in advancing green technology, innovation remain underutilized because this is worth to emphasize. Any organization, we are facing this. How to close the gap? We have to find out whether are we ready or not. Everybody talk about digital transformation. Everybody talk about green building. Example, today you see in this room. Are you fulfill your green building criteria? You are the engineer of CAFEO. Yes or no? My answer is no. You are not fulfilling your climate change duty of care because we are still wearing coat, including myself. During court, you have to on the aircon very cold, 21 degrees. Every degree increase, how many percentage of energy wasted? How many? Any mechanical engineer here? Sorry, mostly are civil engineer. So mechanical engineer, you should answer every degree you reduce 10% of energy increase. You are wasting energy, including myself. Without aircon, I cannot dido. So next slide, please. So this is the barrier we are facing. How are we going to adapt it? What is green building? Green building is defined as the practice of creating structure and using process that environmentally responsible and resource efficient throughout building life cycle according to the research order number 7. Here on you can see my paper. It's not invented by me. I copy from a quote from author 7. Next slide. So construction industry remain conspiracy one of the least digital sector worldwide. According to the research, they are so advanced in digital transformation, example banking industry, mobile phone telecommunication industry, manufacturing industry. But unfortunately, in the construction industry, we are the least adopting or readiness for the digital transformation as far as Brunei Darussalam concerned. But according to my research, Malaysia also very low, Indonesia also low. But I don't have time to study the Singapore paper because PII issued this title a bit lambat. Next term is Malaysia, right? IEM, right? May I suggest you come out the title February. So during Chinese New Year, 2 weeks no working, we can start writing the paper. 1 year for us. You see, everybody agree. My title is here. A bit rather. All right, next slide. So the construction aims of the study to provide understanding the synergies transformation relationship. So it's in the context of Brunei Darussalam and Grameen, because I need to narrow down my research topic. Otherwise, if we cover the Southeast Asia, no time, cannot sleep. Next. Industrial 4, very simple, it's an Internet of Things, cost productivity, business process for improved outcome. As noted by this Lenzora author, 16, digital transformation encompass the digital technology into product, process, value chains, etc. Next. So this is the interconnectivity. Business content, according to the author 24, 6, 7, 8, 9. I quoted 9 author according to this. So this is a capacity to transform current product service into digital counterpart, thereby providing benefit, important benefit. Next slide, please. So construction 4 actually is adapting from the industrial 4. So it's quite related. So current technology, BIM, VR, AR, MR, cloud computing, mobile computing, modernization technology. Some of it is also including the automation, robotic, human computer. Next. So green building technology is often using the digital transformation. Example, you are monitoring the aircon system in the building is already, and through this Internet of Things, you can monitor this building information in your office. So not necessarily go to site. And just now mentioned about the drone, when you're conducting the survey, I think if there's a land surveyor here, it's very common already, right? Including my site that I'm doing some project, we're also using drone. But the point must be very important. Here, I would like to share with you the coordinated point. Your drone, because if you don't have experience, you're starting the drone at any location. Tomorrow, different angle, different angle. You should select the coordinated point or reference point of your project, flying at the same time. Today, this point starting, let's say change one southeast or one like that, right? You're starting at this point, tomorrow starting this point, so you can see the progress. Any defect or not. Possible is using two drone, because the angle coverage